Welcome to Quarantine with Clark, the show that asks West Dodge Station staff questions kids want to know, and some they probably don't. I'm your host, Mr. Clark, and today my guest is Mrs. Maloney, one of our awesome teacher assistants. Mrs. Maloney, welcome to the show, and thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so glad to be on this.
Absolutely. So I just want to ask you a few easy questions so that the kids of West Dodge Station can get to know you just a little bit better. Is that okay?
Yep.
Awesome. First of all, where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Plainview, Minnesota. If you can kind of hear the accent, some people hear the Minnesota accent.
You got like
but was there my whole life.
Yeah, you get the three O's for Minnesota.
Minnesota.
What about brothers and sisters? Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I do. I am the youngest out of 3 sisters and 1 brother. So there's a total of 5 of us in our family.
Nice. So yeah,
yeah,
big family.
Big family.
What about kids? I know you've got kids at home. What about how many kids do you have?
I do. I have 2 boys. Murphy is in 8th grade, and then Sawyer is in 5th grade, actually in Mrs. King's class. So hi, Mrs. King.
And actually, I had Sawyer for science. So.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yep. What about pets? Do you have any pets at home?
We do. We have a rescue dog named Sam who is actually snuggled up with me right now.
Buddy.
He is loving this quarantine stuff right now, I tell you.
I'm sure.
He loves all the attention.
Well, and obviously you can maybe you can see the paw of my
Yep, I can.
Puppy laying there. What about hobbies? What hobbies do you have?
I would say I like to run, but the older I get, I would say I do more walking than running, but I love to get out and do a good run, so. Good.
Hidden talents? What kind of hidden talents do you have that maybe some people or most people don't know about you?
I'm kind of good at yodeling. I used to do it more when I was younger, but again, the older I got, then my voice changes a little bit more.
So is that a Minnesota thing, the yodeling?
I don't know. It actually came from my great uncle. He used to have a yodeler in his little basement, and then like you'd press it and it would yodel all the time. And so I always used to sing along. And then on The Sound of Music, when they did the little yodeling with the puppet show. So
that's awesome.
So that's all I got.
That is great. That's a great hidden talent. That's definitely something I'm sure people didn't know about you. Okay. Other than getting married and having kids, what would be the most exciting moment of your life so far?
I would probably have to say when my husband and I went to Maui. We went to Haleakala National Park. And it's a big crater that you go at like 3 o'clock in the morning and you see the sunrise, and then you bike down the mountain after you see the sunrise. So it was spectacular views. It was beautiful. The first half of the mountain was cold and rainy, so I wasn't a very good camper on that part. But once the weather cleared up, it was gorgeous, and I would say that was probably the best thing.
That sounds amazing.
Biking down it. So yeah, it was.
That would be awesome. We love the outdoors type stuff too. So that would be something just amazing to see. So
it was.
Growing up in Minnesota, what were some of maybe the strangest or the oddest jobs that you might have had?
Well, I had a couple of them, but I would say my senior year, I painted houses, and why it was strange or odd was I was terrible at it. So that's why. So I wore more of the paint than it was on the houses. So.
Well, and my wife and I are thinking about painting the house this summer. So you're saying I should not just.
Do not ask me. I was terrible. I don't know how I got that job, but I was a terrible painter. I guess when you're on the outside of the house, you have a little bit more forgiveness than in the inside of the house. So.
That's true. That's great. So, well, obviously, I kind of know one of the answers to this next question. Outside of education, what job would you have? And obviously, I don't think it would be a painter.
No, it would not be a painter. Actually, before I started doing this, I was a hairstylist for 13 years. So that was one of my passions, that I love to do hair. So before I got into this, that's what I used to do. So
Nice.
that's what I would say that, yes.
Well, it would definitely, you could go house to house right now because obviously everybody is
I know. I actually did a virtual haircut, helping one of Murphy's friends' mom cut her son's hair over
virtual hair.
over FaceTime. So
That's
there you go.
you got to do what you got to
Still
do.
teaching.
Yep, that's right. All right, getting into some of the other kind of the more fun questions. Superpowers.
Yep.
Would you rather have the ability to fly or invisibility?
Invisibility, because I love to scare people. That would be awesome.
You would, yeah.
I
that
just
would
come up
definitely
and
work.
scare people all the time.
Well, especially the new movie that's out, The Invisible Man, looks terrifying.
Yeah.
And I'm like
I wouldn't be that way, but
yeah, I am like a little second grade girl when it comes to scary movies. So I'm not.
mhm.
I'm going to pass
Yep.
on that. All right, singing. Do you sing loudest in the shower, in the car, or both equally as loud?
I would say my family would agree, both. I just love to sing. I'm always singing, so I love to sing if it's in the car, outside, in the
Nice.
shower, wherever.
Well, that's awesome. Okay, so then if you're going to sing karaoke, what would be your go-to karaoke song?
Well, my husband and I used to do karaoke quite a bit before we had kids. So we actually had a karaoke song that we sang at our wedding dance. And we sang Meatloaf, Paradise by the Dashboard. My husband and I would sing it together. So,
Oh my gosh.
yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm
So
not sure if that's necessarily, I don't know if that song ends well with the wedding song, but
no,
but it's
but
still
that
fun.
that was our song that we like to sing.
That is great. Okay,
Yeah.
going to get into the lightning rounds now. I'm going to ask you a series of questions quickly. I'd like you to answer as quickly as possible. It's all about your favorite things, so it should be fairly easy. Okay.
Okay.
All right. First of all, what is your favorite food and drink?
I would have to say spaghetti or some kind of pasta, and then if it's not water, coffee. I love coffee.
Okay. What is your favorite word?
Schnickel Fritz.
Is that even
Schnickel Fritz.
Is that even a real word?
No, it was the name of our custodian in elementary school. His name was Schnickel Fritz. So
Oh my God.
my friends and I used to say it all the time to make each other laugh. So.
Oh my gosh, that is.
And I got you laughing, so
you
hopefully all the kids are laughing too.
That one's got to come back to school with you. When we get back to school, that word needs to be said more. We need to get that needs to be mainstream.
Yep.
Gosh. All right, you learn something new every day. What is your favorite sound?
The sound of silence. No, I would say rain, like just a good rainfall. I love to hear that.
Your favorite smell?
Fresh baked bread.
Oh,
like yeah, love it.
Definitely. What is your favorite type of music?
Kids bop. No, I'm just kidding. I like all music.
Awesome.
I even like Christmas music. I will bust out Christmas music all year round. My husband, the other day, I was singing Christmas songs, and he's like, "What are you singing?" I don't know.
There was a radio station in Omaha that was playing Christmas music either last week or a couple weeks. This whole quarantine has been just one long blur. So it actually could have been last Christmas they were playing it, and maybe I just imagined it. But
maybe that's why the snow is supposed to come, is because I'm singing Christmas music.
Yeah, exactly. What about your favorite place to visit?
Right now, the pantry. No. Minnesota, I would say, just going back to see my family. So.
Sweet. And finally, who was your favorite fifth grade teacher named Clark?
Well, it's a toss-up, I would say, between you and Holly Clark in Media, Pennsylvania. But I flipped a coin, and you are my favorite fifth grade teacher.
You seriously just Googled A Clark, fifth
I
grade
did.
teacher?
I Googled up fifth grade teachers named Clark, and there was a lady named Holly Clark in Media, Pennsylvania. So
So, well,
I do my research.
at least I won the coin toss, I guess.
Yes,
Oh,
you won
gee.
the coin toss.
Oh, all right. I'm sweating. All right. So, just a couple more questions before we wrap things up. First of all, what have you been doing to beat the boredom from the social distancing being away from school?
Well, I've been doing a lot of eating, so therefore I've been doing a lot of exercising to try to cancel out the eating. But we've been doing some puzzles and, just trying to kind of organize a little bit too.
Awesome.
All the stuff I say I'm going to do.
Yeah, yeah. And then finally, what would you like to say to the kids from West Dodge Station?
I say, keep smiling, guys. This is hard to not see your smiles, but I miss you. I love seeing your guys' smile, but just keep smiling and try something new. Do something new that you've never done before during this time.
All right. I just want to give a huge thank you to Mrs. Maloney for joining me today. Join us again next time for Quarantine with Clark. See you soon.